Have you been thinking about putting a set of these on one of these? You might want to think twice about doing that. The truck that you have, your dually that you have now, with those 17s or maybe even 18s, some of them actually the 450s, sometimes you find it with the 19 and a halves, they're on there for a reason. It's rolling mass. And that has a way higher rolling mass than what's on your dually. The ones on your dually, like the one behind me, those wheels and tires, much lighter. Even though those are steel, they're still lighter than the rolling mass on those aluminum, the big Alco aluminums that come on the semis. And therein lies your problem, right? Because if you're driving down the road, that rolling mass can cause you a lot of problems when you get heavy like that. Remembering this truck, this dually was never designed to have that much rolling mass. So the brakes were designed to stop a wheel at that weight and not at that semi weight. And that causes a lot of problems, right? So you can go through brake pads like that, especially if you're already carrying a load, like if you're doing hot shotting. You're carrying a heavy load behind you already, that's already pushing those brakes. Now, of course, your truck is designed to carry and to haul weight, so it's not overrunning the brakes. But as soon as you put those big old semi wheels, that changes the rolling mass of the brakes. By doing that, every time you hit a bump and the wheel goes up and down, it's a lot heavier going down into the hole, and as it comes back up, so now the shock and the suspension's having to deal with a much heavier rolling mass. The rolling mass is also robbing you of power from your truck. So now let's say you got a 3 or 4 car hauler behind you. That power from your truck now is being robbed because that rolling mass weight. Your truck's having to work hard just to turn the wheel, much less pull the weight. The next thing you've got in rolling mass is robbing your fuel, and that's the big part, especially if you're in hot shotting. That's where you're spending your money. So if you want to spend the money on those fancy 22 and a half semi wheels to make your truck look cool, that's all fine. But remember, you're not just buying the semi truck wheels, you're buying all the suspension, you're buying all the brakes, you're buying all the fuel it takes to run those. Just doesn't make any sense for a hot shotter to be doing that.